All right, welcome in. Let's do some farming. Ugh. Not very excited about this, but it's the last thing of farming, I'm pretty sure, so. I realized when I was moving stuff around and taking the screenshot this morning for the thumbnail that this new futon tractor is not articulated steering. So both of these tractors are actually just a front wheel turning vehicle. So they might actually, I don't know. Uh-oh. See, like if I turn the wheel, it's not articulating, it's just the front wheel turns. It sounds pretty good too. It's got a good tractor-y sound, but I didn't upgrade anything. I didn't take it back to the garage. Hey, Martin. Welcome in. Hey, it's JJ. I saw you were, I missed yesterday's stream, which means that yesterday's stream must have gone poorly if you were having problems with your computer, it sounds like. I saw your message in Discord. I was like, I wonder why there's no JJ stream today. So I looked in your Discord and I was like, uh-oh, computer problems. Hey, Nuno. Welcome in. Yeah, I'm actually, like, not upset about the fact that, I mean, again, these tractors are kind of useless other than what I'm using them for, but like the fact that it just isn't articulated steering, I'm more of a fan just because of that. It has its ups and downs. Hey Grim, welcome in. Freezing, not super tech savvy, been trying to figure it out and I'm almost positive it's a hard drive going bad. Supposed to arrive Saturday, yeah. I mean, hard drive going bad could cause freezing. It could be RAM. There's a lot of... Do you get like a blue screen? Is it like a blue screen freeze or is it just like it freezes and then unfreezes? No blue screen, just mouse and keyboard. I wonder if you were having the same thing that I was having with my old computer where like it would just lock up. And I never figured it out. I replaced damn near everything in that computer too and I couldn't figure it. It was really irritating, but maybe it was the hard drive. That could be. I don't think I got an SSD in there. K7 is probably more stable than the Futons. Don't know about the K700. Just get a whole new computer? Yeah. I'm telling you, man. Pre-builds are just the way to go nowadays. Like, yeah, you can build your own computer, and it's, like, fun to build your own computer, but, like, it's not necessarily cheaper anymore. Just look for sales. Like, the one I bought, it was on, like, $200 sale because it was in a white case that nobody wanted. And I'm like, shit, I'll use a white case for $200 off. And I think it was, like, 1,600 bucks for the tower altogether. And I'm like, it's just screaming fast. Yeah, I mean, all in all, I'm pretty happy with, like, so the one field in the other map that you had to do unlocked a potato warehouse. And I was very afraid that I was going to have to continue farming to do this mission that I have to do yet that has like 6 potatoes or something. And I was like, ah, dang it, I gotta do this 3 times. Hope you get your SSD replaced fast so you can play. Yeah, I mean, that sucks, man. I get it, like not only because it's your channel and some 13 cents livelihood, but you also just like want to play video games too. Like every time I've told people I play on console, they go, why don't you play on PC? And then I mention the prices. Yeah, I get it. Oh, I get it. Like, console is definitely cheaper, but console is it cheaper when you buy a new console every 2 to 3 years when they come out with a new one, though, too? Probably still is. Not gonna lie. So check the event viewer, showing a bunch of error codes, a lot to do with read and write. Oh, okay, yeah, that's, yep. Be here for some time, but it's midnight. Yeah, no problem, you know. I understand it's different times for different people, and if you are sleepy and you have to go to sleep, or you got to go to work or school or whatever tomorrow, then, yeah, by all means, don't let me hold you. I appreciate you coming in if you can only stay for a little bit, even. You are slightly exaggerating the console releases. Yeah. There was a, that's right, there was a really long, but then, okay, so the other exaggeration, which actually probably should have made it last longer, is the gap between PS4 and PS5 was overly extended because you couldn't fucking get one. Because PS5s just didn't exist for the first, like, 2 years. Like, I remember buying when I finally bought my PS5, I was like, man, I can finally actually buy one because they're available in the stores. They're not just not available. Doing the last contract, then it will unlock a pass. Nice. Spagooters. It's Spagooter night. Alright, bud. We'll see you in a little bit. Yeah. Either way, 6 years, 8 years, 10 years, whatever it was, like, between the actual release dates. Like, if it was 8 years between the release dates, it was still add another 2 to that when you could actually buy one in a store. And not pay a scalper $1,000. There was no way I was gonna buy one for change. Like, I feel like this thing is, I mean, this has got the better motor in it, too. And the better transmissions, so... It's probably saying a lot that this thing just feels like it works better. But it does. The thing I've noticed between my PS4 and my PS5 is really just load times. Like, the PS5 is just so much faster load times. Like my PS4, I remember like loading into Snowrunner or whatever, just random game, and it being like, that loading bar is almost there. Almost there. Get a Kenworth? Nice. Six straw bales to get, and then just cat and Aramatsu. 2 medium logs to deliver to the castle. Nice, so you're almost done. You're further than me. That is true, yeah, the noise I do remember that the PS4 being really noisy. I also had a fan. I had like a stand that had a fan underneath it, which made it even more noisy. Because they had, if I remember correctly, PS4s had overheating problems, or maybe I was pitched on it having overheating problems and bought a fan and it didn't need it, but it sits on like a vertical stand that has a fan that plugs into it and blows. But yeah, I do remember my PS4 being kind of noisy even before the fan. Now that you say that. Never had it overheat, unfortunately. I'm not super confident anyway, yeah. I mean, I guess it's just technology, right? Like, it's bound to have some sort of issue, right? But yeah, I mean, I've been a PC gamer, playing video games on PCs probably since the 90s. Probably like 25 years. Maybe even longer. Probably like 30 years. Which one do you think is better, PS5 or Xbox Series X? I couldn't tell you because I've never used an Xbox Series X, but I'm like just a PS4. I'm a PlayStation person. I've always had PlayStation. I did have an Xbox. I'll preface the fact that I had an Xbox 360. It got the red ring of death. And I had another Xbox 360. That one got a red ring of death. And then I had a third Xbox 360. And a couple of them were warranted, mind you. One of them I actually ended up buying from a friend because it was out of warranty, and that one got a red ring of death, and I said that's enough of that, and I went back to PS. So because I didn't do PlayStation 2 for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe because Xbox was more popular at that point in time. So the older, that's a weird thing that you state that too. So like the PS3, which I still have my PS3 actually, can play PS1 games. So there is retro compatibility to the previous model, but PS4s stopped doing that for some reason. I don't know why, but they used to do that. Like I actually have Final Fantasy, like the original Final Fantasy series, on my PS1 or my PS3. How did I miss a spot? There's like one little strip right here. Oh, they definitely changed that. I can say for sure that you can play PS2 games on your PS3 now. Because that is a thing. Like maybe originally you couldn't, but I can say definitely right now you can. Okay. Oops, I didn't want to start that. But yeah, I mean, I can't speak to what's better or not. I prefer PlayStation because I like their controllers. And I'm just so used to the PlayStation environment, so I can't really like say it's better. It's probably not any better or any worse, to be honest. It probably almost exactly. It's like saying Android versus Apple. Like, they're basically the same, right? They do the same thing. Their cameras are pretty darn close nowadays. Like, they have the same stuff. Like, it just depends on whether you have other devices of Samsung or Android devices to link up to it, or if you have other Apple devices to link up to that. I think, isn't Game Pass slightly more expensive? I feel like Game Pass is slightly more expensive. That's true. You don't have to do... So, like, it was always a contract and then a tag. Like, they just overdid it. That's like the best way to sum it up. Season 8 was way too much farming. But it was also a capstone season, so it was the end of a year pass. So they kind of had to do something dumb like that. Same price, yeah, it's true. They are right around the same price. The other thing that... I guess it's like a dumb thing. This is a really dumb thing, but Xbox controllers work way better with PC. It's just a really dumb thing. I don't understand why, but PlayStation, just their compatibility with PC is, like, not good. But they're... Like Epic, for example, you have to, like, use this weird software to get your PS4 controller to recognize. And I have to actually turn off Steam, otherwise Steam recognizes it and tries to pull it as a Steam controller. And it stops working. It's really dumb. So I need to unpack. Change to this guy. Unpack. Let's repair this too. Crap. I used my own repair supplies. Dang it. I'm trying to use up this trailer and I did it wrong. But, so the controllers for PS4 also have a built-in battery, which is like a positive and a negative at the same time. You really don't want it to be the same. But I like it just because I don't have to, like, have a separate... Like, it's always an additional cost, right? To replace those, either the little battery packs or the rechargeable batteries that you put in Xbox controllers. Whereas, like, if the battery goes bad in a PS4 controller, which I've never had happen. I've had the controller die, but not because of the battery. But I feel like I have had batteries die in my Xbox 360 controllers when I had them. Like, where I had to replace them. So, it's like, sort of, like I said, sort of a horse apiece, but I think that the Xbox stuff works better for sure. Yeah, I mean, like, Microsoft Windows has, like, an Xbox game store, right? So, I agree. It's just better. Fertilizer... Oh, geez, it's right there. I bet I don't have a truck there, huh? We gotta deliver potatoes there? Perfect. We'll take potatoes there at some point, and then we'll have a truck there. That's the vehicle spare parts. Seasonal work. Nope, not that one. Where is it? Service trailer. That one. Consumables goes down there, so that's that one, and then this one. That's the one I wanted. We're gonna finish this one and then deliver this other vehicle spare parts quick with the plaid. Wonder if we can just sneak up here. We'll take a look when we get here. But yeah, I mean, it really is just like a horse. It's the same thing as arguing Apple versus Android. Like, I used to be a big Android person, and then I met my wife, and she refused to swap off of Because, like, so we had... Which this is ironic now, too, that freaking Apple has gone to USB-C cables, but we had USB-C or USB cables, and then lightning cables everywhere. So, like, in both of our cars, we had one of each cable, so we could charge our phones. In like, the place at the house, you know, like, on the side of the couch and stuff, we had a USB-C cable, and we had a lightning cable, and, like, it was just annoying to have that many cables lying around, I caved and swapped over to Apple. And, like, it's nice because, like, we can share things and, like, right, like, it's just, like, because it's, like, the same freaking screen protector, and, like, so, like, if I bust a screen protector and I buy a 2-pack, there's just an extra screen protector for her phone. So, like, right, it's just nice to have the same thing when you're a couple, right? And I switched, and it took me, like, a month to get used to some of the mannerisms, but they're basically the same. Like, especially since I have my Apple set up kind of like an Android, where I have, like, menus. I don't have just icons everywhere. I have, like, widgets, and I made it look like an Android on the screen. I have, like, a Google search bar, and my apps are categorized into folders. Alright, doesn't look like we're going up that way. Nope, we're not going up that way. So let's go around. Looks like we can go up that way, though. But yeah, it really is just... The other thing is, I'm a big Final Fantasy nerd, and Square Enix has got exclusive rights to PlayStation, so that's why I've always had PlayStation devices so I could play Final Fantasy games. Mind you, it was back in the day with Nintendo that had the license for that, but you just have a massive folder for everything else. Now I got, like, a bills folder and, like, a multimedia folder, and, like, I have my YouTube folder for, like, my YouTube apps and, like, studio and that kind of thing for the channel, and, like, a couple of things for, like, grabbing and editing photos if I see something cool while I'm on my phone. And then I have, like, like, car stuff. Like, I have, like, an app to, like, start my car and stuff, and, like, random things for that. And then I have, what else do I have? I have, like, a utilities folder, so, like, things that you can like, calculator, that kind of thing, you know, stuff like that. Alright. We're going to finish this last one with the last vehicle spare part. Trucks at TVM are semi-trucks for roads, and they struggle in the mud even with raised suspension and heightened tires. I mean, anything can struggle in the mud, right? Like, even the 605R and the Zix 612 can struggle in certain spots in the mud. It's the way the game is designed. You just have to avoid the mud and just go around it. Dodge the mud. Six 12 has more problems with its massive chin. Yeah, it does. And it's so rigid. Like, this thing's pretty rigid too, but I mean, it has some flex, obviously, in the suspension, whereas, like, the 612 does not flex. Same thing with the 605R. Like, it really doesn't have a lot of suspension flex. 1,000 liters of fuel. A lot. A lot of fuel. I think the Kenworth, I don't know the exact conversion of all the vehicles, but I know the Kenworth is like, the 963 Kenworth I'm talking about has like 135 gallons or 510 liters, I think is what it is, plus the roof rack. And that's like, I feel like the Kenworth is like, got a lot of fuel. Like, that's one of the largest capacity vehicles in the game, I think. Give some frame flex to every single truck in the game, yeah. 510, yeah. And yeah, it's like, if you got 1,000 liters in that thing, that's double a Kenworth. That's like 260 gallons. 260, 270, somewhere in there. That's a lot of fuel. And I know that's not even the most. There's a lot of ones out there that have like thousands of gallons. Well, right. I mean, realistically, the fuel tanks are massive, but also the Kenworth is like not. It's not like an Atom or another like the Azov 6 or something that is amazingly good on fuel, right? Like it's not the greatest vehicle on fuel. It's not a FEM, but it's not like the most fuel efficient vehicle out there. You know, 2 to 4 gallons somewhere, or I should say that 2 is pretty low. Probably like 4 gallons a minute is when it's under load, maybe more, 5 gallons a minute. So like it's not super efficient, but like it's also not FEM, but I mean it needs a little bit of extra fuel to be getting around. But yeah, I feel like you can just keep going and going with the Kenworth though. Yeah. Finally got rid of this task. Goodbye, vehicle spare parts. Oops. Okay, let's see what that opened up. Nope. Nope. I think it's this one that we have to do that opens everything. Okay, so we gotta go get a large scout trailer from over there and take it that way. We also need to do this one with these 2 crossings. Let's grab this earth roamer. This thing's got fuel, right? Yeah, it's got full spare too. Let's do some river crossings. Don't go far with it, considering you don't spend as much time in the mud. Something like the Atom or Tatra, yeah. Boy, is this Barco clock. I do that all the time. Good thing they're not playing in hard mode, because there would be consequences to those moments. If Ken was doing this job, it would cruise here. This thing is pretty darn good. I really am impressed by these 2 scouts. Like, they're tippy if you're reckless with it, but I mean, so is everything else. But they're very stable. Like, they really stay. Even this one, I'm not running the duals, and like, I think I tipped it once, and that was because I was just being a complete jerk with it. Not that way. It could use better lights. Like with that big huge light bar, I feel like the lights should be brighter, but you're so hyped to get the earth roamers. Yeah, they're pretty good. And I'm really excited to, like I said, I'm pretty sure it's going to be the LTI that I'm going to take as a roaming scout vehicle that's going to go to Kola. So we get to sort of be a pioneer and do Kola with one of the new scouts. Like, look at this. It's like, you just gotta, like, keep it slow, but it's just crawling this stuff. It's not even, like, hesitating to get up those rocks, and they have tons of repair points, tons of fuel. They're very fuel efficient. You can go a very long time with these. I think they definitely are less damage prone. Like the thing about the F750, right? The F750 is known as one of the best scouts, right? However, the F750 is really damage prone, like really damage prone. And these things, like, just don't, there's no hitbox. They don't take damage from anything. Like that little tiny bit of engine damage that I took was probably from, like, bouncing against a building or something. But, like, the F750 just driving around, you can, like, pop your entire suspension out. And then you have to use the copious amounts of repair points on it to repair it. It's because it's so heavy with all the add-on stuff. Like, this thing with all of its add-on is, like, they're heavy, but they're not heavy to the point of breaking the suspension off. Or popping tires, or, you know, doing engine damage and that kind of thing, and then having to repair your engine. Like, these things just really don't take damage, which is, like, again, a valuable asset in hard mode. You don't want your vehicle needing repairs, because you need those repair points for other things. Yeah, I like the LTI more as well. No, this is the SX is the Chevy. The SX is the bigger one with the more fuel. You might have them confused. The LTI is the Ford-based one. It's the slightly smaller one with the slightly less big fuel tank. And the diff lock is not always on. You have to, it's a manual select diff lock in the LTI. Whereas this one's always on. This one's just a touch more tippy though. The LTI is like super stable. Yep, yeah, this is the Chevy one. The SX is the Chevy based one. Like I said, I think I'm going to take the LTI because it's a little bit smaller, which I think will help sneak in between trees and Kola. L and T stand for little and tiny, and the S stands for super. This one needs a cape. It's Super Scout. It's a little less tippy if you run the duals, like if you run the JAT OMD 3s or whatever, and run the duals on the rear, it's less tippy. So, and it's pretty equivalent in tire, like, grip. These tires, these special coated tires are pretty good, but the JAT OMDs are basically the same, and they're just wider. Unless it's like Royal with medium log, no, not even close. Not even close. You think it would be, but it's definitely not. Okay, I think we're gonna... Yeah, let's just turn around. We'll go back across. Okay. This way, and then we'll follow this up here. Doesn't look like I can sneak through there anywhere. Right there. This is the last of the contracts, by the way, or not contracts, tasks. So It's just these three. And this has got one step left in it, so there's really only two left. You finished season 12. Only started season 13 today. Putting away my fleet and getting rid of the trailers took a while in North Carolina. If you drive stuff back versus recover it, and if you're going to sell all of your trailers and that kind of thing, yeah, there's a lot of stuff to do. Plus, it's like 4 maps, right? And I guess 3 of them have garages, so. Bad Boy Gamer Raid, what's up, buddy? I saw you were streaming. I tried to pop in, but I was also playing other video games because I'm a nerd. What is that mark? Oh, that is the mark. It's just taking me in a weird place. Saw you were playing some Construction Simulator. How is that going? So far, from what I saw, Season 13 might end be my favorite one. I actually did like Season 13 as well. It was like a pretty well, for a single map, like everybody hated on the fact that it was, oh, it's only one map. Saber's Daisy. One map, ooh. Quarries are hard. It's like, it was actually pretty fun. It was like a very, like, I would call it like between medium and easy difficulty. Like it was pretty easy region. Like I used a frickin', we're just gonna drive into this instead of trying to sneak through it. I used a 57X to deliver slate blocks down into one of the quarries. And if you don't know what the 57X is, it's the very highway variant that has all-wheel drive only and bounces its nose across everything version of the Wolfpack. Number one comment was about it being a single map. Scouting the purpose and avoiding watchtowers to explore the roads naturally. That's actually a really interesting way to do it too. Like you just don't get the watchtowers, you just like drive all the roads. You sound like a good candidate for a new game that came out called Expeditions. Just kidding. Just kidding. Don't buy it. Yeah, it looks a little sketchy. It's not that far extra. I'll just take the road. Really, Scandinavia, you really... I definitely do like the music in Season 13. I thought Season 12 was really good, too. I mean, nothing beats, like, the nostalgia of, like, Michigan. You go to Michigan, you hear that Michigan music, you're like, oh, yes. Alright, I think we're just gonna take this thing across. Park it on the road. We'll just leave it here. Actually, it almost wouldn't hurt to back this thing up and just go back out. Because this gateway is actually closer to the garage. Question is, can I back this thing up? Looks to be a little spot here. Some appealing to great road networks, but I enjoy emptiness feeling places like Tamir. I agree. Like, there's, like, it's nice to have a road once in a while, right? To, like, not struggle for a bit of the path or use something that's, like, not very good to, like, do your road deliveries. Because then you can, like, get more trucks involved, but, like, it's also really fun to have those challenges, right? I wonder if these places we play in Snowrunner are actually that's bad in real life. Probably not. Michigan OST doesn't give me nostalgia, Alaska does. I agree, Alaska is probably better, but like I feel like just that Michigan music is like, it takes you back, right? It's like the nostalgia kick of like when you first started the game and first explored and first got stuck on that first mud pit in your Chevy and had to end your stream. You got one new sub. Nice, bud. Good job. Probably saw you crossing the river in Tamir once and said afternoon. Or said after tomorrow makes 3 days that happen. It's funny. No way a truck could go through that? Yeah, probably true. I mean, it's not meant to be, it's not advertised as a simulator, right? When you say simulator, you expect some level of realism. And it's not advertised as a simulator, it's advertised as a off-road driving game, you know? The only thing I'll say, I've said it many times, I'll say it again. This frickin' engine noise is awful. Like, it is by far just awful. Their idea was just some crazy trial 4x4. No, I mean, there's some realism, but it's not a simulator, let's be real, you know? Okay, hop on the other Earth roamer. If I remember correctly, this thing... Where is this? Where is this? Hold on. I'm cheating. Seasonal work. It's under what? Fallen trees. Seasonal work. Where is this frickin' lodestar? Not really far. It's right there. That's where it is. It's one of the steps, but it's in the step later on. Yeah, I was hoping that was not the final engine sound, but they're just like, here you go. Where's the trailers? Right here. All right. So there. And it goes to the warehouse, so we can just continue this way. And we'll come back through. We'll use this to... does this have spare fuel? We fill this thing up? Yeah, we did. Rescuing a truck and not getting is the final step of a contract. That's a new one. Is that sarcasm? I feel like that's sarcasm. That happens a lot. See what I mean? How this thing's like a little bit smaller, a little shorter, a little skinnier. I think this thing will squeeze between trees a little better, because there's a lot of doing that in Cola. Oh, this thing is really stable. It wasn't sarcasm? Okay. Yeah, that happens all the time. It's one of my biggest complaints. Like, there's so many times where you get like a Zix, like a baby Zix, and you could have that baby Zix, but you don't get to. You just have to repair it and drag it somewhere, and then it just disappears. And you're just like, oh, I wanted that truck. Did I miss a turn? I did. Right through that mud that I didn't necessarily need to go through. Ooh, 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 ooh. Backing up is sketchy. Cantianer, something, straw bales. I'm missing stuff. Would be in trouble. Trivia. Checked out today what contract gave the most amount of money in the game. It gives out over 40k. Gotta be a season. I know there's a couple in season. Season 12 was like almost a mil. It's like 970,000 if you didn't repeat the contracts. If you just did the contests once, it was like almost a mil. So it's got to be some. It's got to be one of the big ones and one of the big deliveries, probably like the rebuild of the nuclear plant or something like that, or one of the big trailers towards the end. Reinvigorating the mine. Yeah, that could be. I don't know if they really. I mean, I guess it is like over 100 fucking slots of cargo with crafting involved. 72 slots of cargo for just that contract, but that doesn't include the crafting necessary to get those 72 slots of cargo. I remember watching you do that one, JJ, and like I remember you had like just 17 trucks with just piles of cargo on the ground at that warehouse where you turn everything in, and you were just like, all right, let's turn this all in, and it was just like click 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 click, crane crane crane, click 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 click, crane, for like 20 minutes. You were just like loading and unloading. Like, you set it all up. It was really funny. Like, instead of, because I probably would just like go there and deliver stuff and then go and deliver more stuff. Like, you just like purposely did it as a singular turn in. Oh, you didn't have it unlocked. You were prepping it ahead of you, like way ahead of time. Yeah, that makes sense. I guess that's something I'd probably do too. Like, if I'm going there anyhow, why go empty? Wait, this trailer is biting me here. This path is, it looks unpleasant. I don't know if this path is the path that I want to take. Alright, let's get this thing back upright. gonna flip back over when I try and attach it. Watch. Unpleasant is a funny way of saying it. What's nice about Yukon, though, is the fact that there's a lot more cargoes than are actually needed for the contracts. Yeah, that's true. Because it was the first one, right, where they were like, okay, we're going to do this crafting thing, so... That is not going to hook up. Because it's sideways. If it does, it's probably going to flip me here. Let's... Nope. Nope. Dang it. I wonder if I can flip it this way. Kind of. I think that I never used the unlimited warehouses for all of Yukon, still had some houses in the first map. If you didn't fix the bridge first, will help. Fun collateral damage here. Oh yeah, I already did that one. That was the big trailer. Yeah, I did do that one. Oh my god. Alright, this thing is just coming with us this way. Because it doesn't want to come without flipping, so... Screw you, trailer. Alright, let's try doing this again. I guess I'll take it that way. Go to the Strickland side. No, I would have fixed the bridge. It's something that after over, I don't know, 1,500 hours of Snowrunner gameplay, I would have found the easiest way to take that thing, because I know construction trailers are kind of annoying, so they're a little finicky to get around, so. And I would have seen that there's a bridge out and been like, yep, I'm not taking it this way. And then you would have had to cross one of those river crossings with that huge trailer, and that's just a no-go. Play smart, not hard. Okay. Oh, for crying out loud, you trailer! Okay. Took it through the river on PTS? Yeah, it's like, you can, but I'm also playing hard mode and... Okay. This thing have fuel? Does. This thing have repairs? It does. Alright, I have an idea. Since we're driving past this thing, we're gonna make sure this thing is repaired and refueled. Isn't one of the construction trailers used for a task, not a contract? Yeah, it's a task. The coiled tubing trailer is a contract, and then the construction trailer is just a task. But you need to do the contract to fix the bridge, just to make it easier. I don't know if you do or not, but since we're driving right past it, I'm gonna make sure it's full and repaired. No point in not repairing it if it's sitting here and needs repairs, because we're gonna have to drag it back out of here, so. in this same direction. Doesn't look like it's busted. Wait. And there's no point in using my fuel or I have to use up some of this fuel and this repair points because it's getting turned in, so. Did 2 streams today, nice. Doesn't look, yeah, it doesn't look busted, but. It doesn't have full fuel though. So let's fill us. Let's fill the Lodestar. Just to give it all the way full, and then we can use its fuel on the way back. We go to Michigan to pick medium logs and transfer? Really? That was interesting. 82 repair points, so it's like slightly damaged. May as well fix it all the way. Another egg salad sandwich today and finish it off. Nice. Yeah, it wasn't busted, but it wasn't like fully good. Just a little bit, it needed a slight bit of maintenance. Nice, bud. 25 views is good. It had a realistic amount of damage, yeah. Katner mounting my log warrior team. Alright, so before we turn this in, gonna park this right here and shut it off. We gotta find, where's our FTT 681 cabins are at the port. We got over here. Kenworth. Kenworth can take Kenworth can take 2 cabins. Kenworth can definitely take a lot. And it doesn't even complain about it. Cabin. Cabin. Sneak in there. Come on. There we go. Nope. Not what I wanted you to do. There we go. Go down quickly. My favorite's to take logs. Yeah, this truck. This truck for mediums for sure. Like, this is the overload. This one or the Aramatu for mediums, and I guess the Aramatu for shorts as well. Adam is pretty good at shorts, now that it's been stabilized. Oh, except that's not actually pinching that. Hold on. Pinch the actual one that's loose. Okay. And then I'm a big fan of, I guess, I mean, there's a lot of good long log vehicles really, but I mean, I kind of like switch it up and just use random things. I'm actually going to buy a P12. We're going to do long logs with the P12. I was watching Zorchix do his with the P12 and I was like, I need to buy one of those. I miss my P12 from way back in the day. We may as well take the bridge across because it's like an easy route across. And then which way do I want to go with the Kenworth? Thinking this way's not bad. The left way, we went this way. It looks bad, but it's not that bad. So we'll go this way. Go up this hill. Go up that hill. Go up to here. The reason why I didn't turn in that trailer is just in case it goes away, I'm going to steal a little bit of fuel to fill this up from it too. Probably in the afternoon you'll be doing a train. Have to take garbage out tomorrow morning. Nice. Long logs with a crane is a common niche. So many trucks that can do that, yeah. I mean, the other thing you can do is you can use a sideboard semi-trailer and just overload your long logs. Which can be done as well. Yeah, I wonder if the Atom... I haven't really ever used the Atom as a low saddle trailer, even though I know it can do it. I wonder if the Atom can do a low saddle and the log crane. Because you could do a low saddle with the log crane. And then you could almost like winch pull a long log rear. No, you can't. Then you wouldn't be able to do long log front. You need a separate long log truck. Yeah, I was thinking you could like do it all with one truck, but you definitely can't do the crane, the long log front, and a low saddle. That is not possible. So yeah, you would still need two trucks. So yeah, depending on how many long logs there are, I can look it up here in a second. But yep, Adam can't even do long logs, yep. Otherwise, I probably would have tried using it. I feel like it would be a really good long log truck. Is there a way to transfer long logs between regions? No. Because it requires a trailer, and you can't transfer trailers. You can only transfer stuff that is with the transfer trick, with stuff that has a cargo bed. Maybe it was a mod, I don't know, I wouldn't know. You're asking the wrong person, Nuno. I don't know enough about mods to... That's your expertise, you should know. You should be telling us. Test it and find out. I think the whole point of logging was to do trips multiple times, right? Like they wanted you to like wear out the terrain so that you have terrain deformation and that kind of thing. So yeah, I mean, I don't necessarily, I'm not against overloading logs because just for me, for hard mode, it takes less fuel. And that's usually how I do it too, is I usually overload, especially mediums and shorts, I do overloads. Now longs, because there's not that many longs, I don't necessarily overload. I haven't done it in a long time, but I can tell you, Cola, we might. we might overload longs in Cola. Because I know there's that mission that's like 3 long logs that you have to transfer between 2 maps. And I might just low saddle sideboard semi that. Ooh. I'm going a little fast. Truck Kenny C 500 twins through 10x10 can. Some trucks are lengthy enough to mount long logs on the entire frame, but yeah. Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's a mod thing that I wouldn't know about. I am not an expert on that. Hey, what's up, Sawyer? Welcome in. Sawyer the Destroyer. Yeah, exactly. I mean, like, the Kenworth 963 is probably too short. Like, those long logs are longer than this bed, but... The Fem, though? The Fem looks like it could probably... They would hang out a little bit, but... The Fem definitely should be able to do long logs. Like, that would be the one thing I would definitely use the Fem for, if it could do, is long logs just on the bed. Sorry, the points loser. Insane Dragon, welcome in. I like that name. Not just an ordinary dragon, an insane dragon. Not just your everyday run-of-the-mill Flappy Boy. No siree. Doing good. Good to hear. Kenworth just drives through this. Mud? Yeah. Fine. Flat Terrain King. Okay, Service Scout trailer. How low are we? We are 31 gallons low. We need to turn it in with 6 gallons. That is too much. Change. 15. Nope. That's not right either. My brain is not being able to do this this is the worst part when you have too many things with too many extra fuel add-ons. You're just like, math? 15, yeah, I'm just not going to be able to fill this. Whatever. Whatever. Fine. Oop, it didn't go away. Never mind. That's not where it goes. That is not where it goes. It goes all the way up there. Okay, well, in the meantime... And we... You need to pay for fuel and repair more stuff, and you're still rich. It's just being frugal. I'm not rich, I'm cheap. There's a difference. I'm frugal. I've also played 75% of the entire game, Nuno. That's how you get money in this game, is you play it. I think that's what I'm at. Hold on. Now I want to look. The overall is 76% of the entire game. While still automatically loading 99% of... Yes, exactly. I just pay for auto-loading because I'm lazy. I've probably spent... I'd say... Boy, that would be an interesting stat. I can tell you, actually. Hold on. Okay. Let's load up our... My browser window working? Yep, it is. Okay, let's load up a base version of the spreadsheet. Nope, not that one. That's the other spreadsheet that I use. All right, here's the totals of regions, right? And this is the amount of slots. Okay, and this is also including trailers. So let's say that there's 500 trailers in the game, okay? So 2368 times 150. I would spend over the course of the entirety of Snowrunner approximately $355,000 on just auto loading. Now, mind you, some of that stuff is you have to pick stuff off the ground, or it's generated stuff. So you'd take off probably 100,000 out of there, I would say. So let's say 250,000 of auto loading. That's a whole Mastodon, yeah. I have a Mastodon too. I bought one. So yeah, that's the total cargo count for all regions is here on the screen here. And what else was I going to look at? I was going to look at something else. We finished some stuff, didn't we? We drove to markers. We did open season. This one we have to do yet. And we did at capacity. I think that's everything we did. We'll double check. Oh, this one we're doing right now. Yeah, if you auto load, it costs $150. So it's like, it's not a significant amount, but I mean, when you add it up over the amount of total pieces of cargo in a region, it adds up. So and also some of those pieces of cargo are on trailers, you know, like you find them and they're just there. Some of them I overloaded, so I had to, you know, put it on Like that cabin, one of them I paid for and one of them I didn't. So. Yeah, you can't sell trailers in hard mode either. Trailers you can just delete, that's it. They do not sell at all. Which is nice, because then you don't have to deal with the cleanup. Yeah, I would say somewhere between 200 and 250 would be a reasonable figure. For the entire game, though. That's like the entire game at 150 a pop. Going for supper, have a good stream. Thanks, bud. What's for dinner? Quick, quick, quick. Did we catch you? What's for dinner? I always like asking what's for dinner. Don't know why. I just like to know. I'm a foodie. I like talking about food. Nope. This is a muddy spot. A very muddy spot. There we go. We caught some traction. The rest of the eggs out? Okay. Awesome. Enjoy. This thing also has pretty terrible lights. For having these huge lights on the front, it's not very bright at night. Rice, lentils, onions, and slices of sausages. That sounds really good. Minus the onions. I'm not a big onion fan, but... let's go up here. Do some tree sneaking instead of going through the mud. They are horrible to cut. Yeah, I just don't like onions. Never did, never have. It's never been a taste of mine that changed. Like, you know, sometimes you don't like things when you're younger or a child, and you just end up trying it later on in life, and you're like, oh, those were nowhere near as bad as, you know, those Brussels sprouts that I was told to hate. Were nowhere near as bad as I thought that they were. You know, stuff like that. But onions was one that I can't stand them. I don't like them. Yeah, my wife is the anti-mushroom person. So, like, it's funny. So, if we go to, like, there's a sushi and hibachi place that's nearby that we really like going to. And if we get hibachi usually has both onions and mushrooms in it, right? And other vegetables as well, but so I will pick my onions out and give her all of my onions, and she will pick all of her mushrooms out and give me all of her mushrooms, because I love mushrooms and she loves onions. So we definitely, like, complement each other when it comes to eating food and our pickiness. So now, mind you, also I was thinking some of the trucks that have a lot of lighting on the front are Vorons. Yeah, that's true. I think there's just a lot of, like, better, you know, light output from other trucks. Yeah, we trade food, so. But, like, my parents, for example, like sausage, mushroom, and onion pizza. Like, that's one of their favorite pizzas. And I'm like, yeah, neither of us can eat that pizza. So if we go over there and we get pizza, like, they get a pizza and we get a pizza, so we can have a universal pizza. But, yeah, it's one of the things that I always, like, make fun of in a way. Well, we gotta drive a really long way back with this darn thing. That kind of sucks. I thought it was right there. That's where the cabins go. Oh, we get to keep this thing. Jackpot. Alright. I mean, it stopped, it went away, right? So, in theory, we should be able to, yeah, I didn't ask you anything. My phone thought I said the magic word. It just looks like this thing would have way more light output than it does, right? Like, they're like big, huge, like LED pods, right? Those things are always like blindingly bright in real life. Yeah, we got to build the Kenworth at least. Oop, and there's a stump right there. JJ. JJ. Clean up your stumps. This is one of those where you have to drop the things in the cabin zone. I blame Rex, he never grinds his stumps. Yeah. This is why it said you needed a crane. Alright. We're not driving that freaking earthwormer all the way back down there. That earthwormer can go left and go back to town. We're gonna take the Kenworth back through this way. Pick this guy up that we filled and repaired. Through there. 2,000 unground stumps. It's also super bright because how lifted you... Yeah, exactly. We got our big sticking out tires, Cali lean trucks here in the States. I'm gonna go cat winches air mounted with medium logs, team go. I don't think we're gonna get to logging today, but logging will be soon, because that's about all we're gonna have left soon. And we'll do some logging. We'll do some logging on stream. We're gonna like turbo it too. It's gonna just go through really quick. So. Flat places where you don't see the mud but you sink in it, yeah. Yup. Cat and Airmatsu, brothers of stability. I'm not even gonna turn this thing's engine on. We should be okay, and then I'm gonna just siphon a bunch of fuel out of it before we turn it in. We'll top the Kenworth off again. Where you get the air mount to, yeah, it's just like, it's like almost super mud back there, but yeah, I get it. Uh-oh. I'm stuck on the hood of this thing. I like got my rear end kind of propped up on this. There we go. It was a touch too close. Yeah, Kenworth definitely has like a lot of add-ons, and it has the ability to do a lot of things that other trucks can't do, and it's like definitely one of the best overload trucks in the game. I don't really have problems driving it up hills. There's occasionally places where you'll slow down, but as long as you're auto and bumping the gears, it's usually fine. Mind you, I don't take it up the steepest hills, but I mean, no truck goes up the steepest hills that well, really. There's not many trucks in the non-modded world of the game that actually drive up hills, so. Especially with loads. Well, yeah, you just don't go up that hill, you know. You go around. It's the same thing as like when you complain about driving in the mud. You're like, oh man, this mud pit sucks. It's like, just go around. Drive around it. Go the long way. The long way is probably better anyhow. But I use this thing all through. I mean, go watch my season 10 episodes. I have a whole playlist for it. I used this thing and drove it up hills. I even made fun of you quite a bit in it. I was like, I know this guy. I know this guy that says the Kenworth can't drive. I'm like, oh yeah, look at the Kenworth can't drive up hills, look. And I'm just like driving up hills with it. And it's just fine. There's definitely moments, if you watch through it, you'll know who I'm talking about. You'll know exactly who I'm talking about. Wah, the Kenworth can't drive up hills, wah. As I'm pulling a boat up a gigantic hill. Like... Yeah, and I used this thing in the quarries in Season 13 too, and it was fine. Took it out with slate blocks and stuff, and it was just totally fine. That was 16,000 almost. It's a good one. Alright, firewood for the hermit is the last consumables. You son of a bee. Oh, that's short logs. We get short logs here. Drive them there. Okay, so that one consumables that's in there goes over there. So let's just do that quick. Just to get rid of those consumables. Quarries are massive, but yeah, you get... I mean, it was kind of actually hard to do with the Kenworth just because it's too wide in some places. Like, if you can actually get it stuck because it's too girthy. Like right here, it looks like. Yep, that is definitely... I had a really cool like slow-mo that I did of driving up that ski hill with the what truck was that? The Mack Defense. Mind you, the Mack Defense had no anything on it. It was empty. I was just driving up the hill. And it still struggled just driving up the hill empty. Like, it locked up. And I had to, like, drop it into low, you know? Yeah, not the hill where you build something at the top, no. This was the racetrack hill. I mean, that's where JJ goes to test if trucks can make it up the hill, right? Like... But yeah, if you put a load on it, like, yeah, you're not having a good time getting up that hill with anything. So yeah, would I take the Kenworth up that hill? No, because there's no reason for me to do it, but it's not a good judge of functional use. I took a lot of vehicles up that ski slope. The hardest part about that ski slope is some of the mounds. If you're trying to take a long trailer up that, it was a pain in the butt. Middle of mountain range is the highest point, yeah. How much I struggled to get up that hill with the 963 and the fishing boat. Wait. You took the 963 up that way? Why did you go that way? Or were you just doing it to test it? Not okay. Hold on. We need to look at the map. British Columbia. So you get the boat. You get the boat from here, if I remember correct, from the port. It's either... Yeah, it was this side. I'm pretty sure it was like right up here, right here is where the boat was, or right here is where the boat was. Just for the screenshot? Okay. Yeah. So this, I'm pretty sure, yeah, this one, this can factory, I think is where it comes from. And you take it this way. I mean, there's like hills and stuff, but it's not that bad. And like turns are hardest, really the hardest part. Finagling through turns, and then you come up this way, and then you're in, oops, I'm not in British Columbia. Duncan Bay, you come up through the gateway here, you go this way, and then I just took it across the gateway and turned it in. So you're talking about, you went up here with the boat. The south has tight roads. You went up here with the boat. Okay. Yeah, and I went up this way with the Kenworth. I mean, I drove up this way with the Kenworth. You go up this way. This is not, it's, I mean, it's tight, but yeah, this is the hill we're talking about. This really steep hill. Like, there's zero reason. But yeah, I did like a montage of driving the, Mac defense up this hill. I had to go up there to do a I think I did have like one piece of like vehicle spare parts or something on the back, but yeah. And that, yeah, this is the hill Nuno's talking about. This hill is bad because it's too twisty, and you don't have any winch points. But yeah, you can opt. There's a construction trailer that you can opt to take this way, go up here, or you can do the smart way, go this way, go across this, or go across the bridge, come to this side of the map, and then go down this way. And like, yeah, I almost got stuck on some of these twisties here, but you come this way, you turn in this construction trailer and go across. Like, that's how I did, and I did it with the P16. Like, I did it with a two-wheel drive truck. I just drove this way. But yeah, this is like real rocky and twisty, and there's a lot of spots you just can't get out. It's really steep, and like, right, why would you ever take any truck, not including the Kenworth? You just don't take it this way. You don't go that way, you go this way. You just, it doesn't matter what truck you have, you go right. It's all about this game. The whole name of the game is finding the better route, because it's like, oh yeah, this is definitely the shortest route, and that's like bait. Reinforce the hill with 2 Tatra Phoenixes. Yeah, I mean, that's true. You could like drive up it with one and then like piggyback winch, you know. The other thing you can do is you can actually have a truck in front and turn it on and winch to it, and it'll actually kind of pull you up the hill as well. Restart and went back and went to the garage. You're just like, nope, too hard, I quit. I think Rex is doing some construction simulator tonight, right? I think he should be going live soon-ish. Maybe in like an hour. We'll go until he's... I'll start having people watch for me. Because we're not going to finish today, but we'll get as much as we can get done. Alright, so we started today at 78%. Let's take some guesses on what we are at on percent, because we did complete a few things. Because there was some lingering stuff that we completed. This is not complete yet because we have to deliver logs. Going live in 29 minutes. Okay. What do we have left to do that we can do quickly? We have to do fertilizer. Oh, that's right. Let's do the potatoes. What do we have over here that can do potatoes? We have a truck over here still, or did we move them all? The GMC fuel truck is over here. We could grab the CT681 and bring it back, or I guess we could bring the Pike back as well. Yeah, let's just bring the Pike back. Go get some potatoes. Potatoes. I think there's a shorty right here into the potato farm. 81, 82, 84. You want to check now or after we do these last two couple things? So I'm going to do the potatoes and then we have to do the fertilizer to the farm, which is going to be the last thing, probably. Do after? Okay. We'll do after. Because I got to deliver 3 potatoes to various spots, which we'll just use this truck. I'll just overload one. And then, the plan is we're going to deliver the last one down at the bottom farm, which is where we pick up the 2 fertilizer from, and then we bring them back to the farm and we're done with that one. So, that's our efficient travel. That looks a little bumpy. Slow it down a little for that. Always slow it down over these darn rocks. They can either tip you or pop a tire. Done for this? Alright, bud. You going to bed? I'm assuming it's pretty late. I don't wanna keep you up if you're going to sleepy. Yep, it's late for him. I think this is all. You see nothing in the map. Just press, if you're playing on Xbox, right? So just press the down arrow on your direction pad, and that should bring up your status on whether, you know, how many things are done. I mean, you might have a couple of things that you need to do yet, like if there's any contests or contracts or anything like that, but I would press it right now for you to show you, but that'll give away what percent we're at, so we got to do these tasks first. But if you just press the down pad, if you have the default control setup, is 57 to 62. So you got a couple of things. Maybe some contests, probably. There's 4 contests, I know. I think it's 4. And then you can, if you use like the bumper buttons and stuff to move it left and right, you can look at what contracts are done. There'll be like little check marks next to your contracts, and then contests and then tasks as well. And you can just scroll down and see. You don't do the timer thing, so yeah, that's probably most of it. There might be like 1 watchtower or something that you didn't get, or 1 upgrade you didn't get. That could be as well. Okay, we need to activate this one. So 1 goes to there. 1 goes to the market. This little piggy goes to the market. This little piggy goes to the castle. And this little piggy goes wee all the way to the tourist center. Probably get away with dropping off one of these potatoes instead of overloading. Let me see if we can figure out a good place to do that. And we just don't have to deal with the added risk of getting to the castle. There's going to be a place where we have to like drive past and then drive past again, so... we just put it on the ground. And I don't blame you for not doing those timer things, by the way. Contests suck. I am team contests are terrible. But I'm also a team do 100%, so. It is a must do, but I don't really care if it's gold or not. Potato, potato, potato. Maybe this one's potato. Yeah, this one looks like a potato. I don't think I've seen or heard anyone who... You know who people who enjoy contests are? Speedrunners. People who do the speedrun competitions possibly enjoy contests. But that's because they treat it like a competition. Gather your trucks and go to sleep. All right, bud. Have a good sleep. Yeah, this is already feeling kind of flippy. Okay, where do we want to go? We gotta go that way, then we gotta come back. So yeah, we'll drop it right off at the intersection here. Right next to the fuel truck. It's a place we're gonna go for sure. Yeah, that's flippy. You do them, but you don't enjoy it. Alright, thanks again, Nuno, for hanging out. Do really appreciate it. problem with contests is season 7. Yeah, that's... I tried to convince JJ into letting me come help him do, because I would come and do it with him. It's only 3 and I did them already, and I know they're not that bad. Takes like 30 minutes. I'd come and do him with JJ just so he could get him done, so he could have his 100%, but yeah. He was like, nope. And I'm like, alright. Like, I understand that stance. I did it. I did it. I went and did it. I had Rex came and helped me. So you don't even want to do them. Yeah, my want for 100% was more. It overwhelmed the not to want to not. And honestly, like, this is a hot take. Okay, this is definitely a hot take. But the racing in season 7 wasn't the bad part about season 7. I didn't really mind the racing, in all honesty. It wasn't that bad. One day, that will be the only thing standing between you and 100%. You'll have to do them on solo series. Yep, and I'm alright with that, Martin. I don't really like the contest. Yeah. You're gonna be someday, you're gonna be looking at it and being like, man, that 99% just really tickles my OCD the wrong way. So, oh man, 99. I could be 100. And you're just gonna be like, fine. Fine. Okay. Let's go. This is just road. Let's not be a wuss. Wait a minute. Is that... No, that I gotta go through that nasty little spot. Whatever, I'm leaving it here. I did not know that fact. Came out. I guess has it been that long that I guess the Russia war, Russia-Ukraine war has been going on for years. Yeah. Yeah, makes sense. That's crazy. It's crazy that you think back that like COVID was like 4 years ago. Hey Brandon, welcome in. Doing good, getting progress. Some people will know COVID through history books. I mean, so like when you think of like things in, and I'm kind of old, so I've lived through some stuff, but like I remember exactly what I was doing, where I was, how I felt when the freaking 9/11 stuff happened, and that was in 2001. That was, I mean, there's a lot of people that were born after that are adults, you know, when you think of it that way. They're adults, they have jobs, they know, they were around my age when it happened, you know, is how old they are now. And like, I could never like explain to those people that weren't there how that felt, like watching that on TV and like, yeah. So I mean, you're in that crowd, and I was like 22. I was at worked at a car dealership, and like all of a sudden everybody just like started moving into the room where the TV, like the the waiting room and stuff, and we were all just like staring at the TV and being like, what's going on? And like people were calling people, and like it was crazy. It was so insane. I think we're gonna drag that guy out of there. I don't think there's much left in the way of big cargo deliveries except on the other map. I think that guy's coming back with us. Oh, I'm sure it was. I'm sure it was. I mean, it was a terrible day to be part of the Muslim community for many years after that. Like, I have a real good friend that I grew up with, and his parents are from India, so he's not Muslim, but he's Indian, you know, he's Hindi. But like, people thought, you know, they called him names, and nobody like hurt him or anything, or his family, but yeah, it was rough for them. I remember we had lots of talks about that and stuff, but yeah, they were like super good people, and they still are, I guess, but yeah, I mean, it's like just crazy, man, just so crazy. But yeah, I mean, it was like wild watching that plane, like, because they like had it live on TV, and you just watch the plane fly into the building, and and like, people didn't even know what to say. And like, there's like people just crying, and like, it was like insane. Wow, you were a baby. You were a little baby, Brandon. That's crazy. So you probably don't remember it, but yeah, it was like wild. It was just such a crazy, like, something that I'll never I feel it's almost impossible to experience that again, you know, like the likelihood of something like that happening ever again is so slim, you know. Like, there's so many things in place now that would prevent that from ever happening, but it just, back then we didn't think about that, and they were like, yeah, who's gonna do something stupid like that, you know. Jeez. Drinking during it. Yeah, that's rough. Oh, I was gonna bring this truck out of here. Yeah, we still will. Let's see. MHS being wider than the Jats. You double checked it. Alright, let's get out of here. December 11th is your brother's birthday. Yeah, I mean, that's it. I mean, think about that too. Like, people that were born during that, and like, that's their birthday. Like, Like just such a wild thing, you know? But yeah, I mean, I guess that's sort of my point is, like, there's a lot of things that, like, only history, like, there's things in my lifetime that are history that I wouldn't know what it was like. Like, let's say the JFK shooting, right? Like, that's a thing in history that my parents experienced that I didn't. The moon landing. Like, I'll never have that feeling, you know? Like, now it's just like, oh, they're going again, you know? Like, Elon Musk is freaking landing rockets on and catching them out of midair with freaking, you know, platforms that he's built. Electronic freaking rocket engines that just, like, scoot down and get caught. Like it's cool to see, but it's not ever going to be as awe-inspiring as that first time, you know? He was born in 1992, I was born in 2002, yeah. They nicknamed the big metal arms chopsticks. That's great. That is so Elon Musk. He's such a, what's the word I'm looking for? Eclectic, I think is what it is. He's such like a unique individual, right? Speaking of, this is Satisfactory random facts, in case you're following the Satisfactory series, but there is a somewhat known trick. If you feed a awesome ticket back into the awesome sink, so you get tickets from the awesome sink and from like destroying stuff in it, and you can use it to buy like cosmetic things. If you feed a ticket, one of the tickets you get back into the awesome sink, you get a very crustified version of a Cybertruck. It's actually something that I want to do. Apparently they coded it specifically to only turn right as well. So like if you try, it's like one of those crappy like really crappy remote control cars that only turns one direction. You'll never see a Cybertruck because they're banned here. That's crazy. No crumple zone. Guess I didn't know that fact. I would never buy a Cybertruck. It's way too damn expensive. Trucks in general are too expensive, but yeah, then make it a electric truck, and yeah, you're talking like, I don't even know. I wonder how much Cybertrucks are. They're probably like over 100, I bet. Or if they're less, then they're really like cutting corners. Good enough? They're all above 100,000. Yeah, I feel like there is that weird, like, starts at number, but does that include, like, the incentives and government stuff? I don't know. Like when I was thinking about getting a just a Model S, they had brought the incentive back, and it was like somewhere in like the high 30s is what a pretty loaded Model S was after all of the government money that you get back. So, like, I mean, cars are too damn expensive, but in the grand scheme, that's not that bad. Before any incentives, 100,000, so just under 100. That's expensive. That's very expensive. Yeah, exactly. That whole $99.99, like, yeah, it's $100, or in this case, $100,000. Well, I mean, just like the auto drive feature of those is like 20,000, which is like, I mean, they have like very advanced like auto driving essentially, but it's not like the true auto drive that you can like literally just plug in an address and the car drives itself there, like without any input. Like, the standard auto drive feature is like you have to touch the steering wheel every once in a while. Oh yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's been recalls. There's recalls on every vehicle. I still want to say my favorite recall, my very favorite recall, working for Toyota. I worked for Chevy for most of the years that I did it, but I did work for Toyota for a little bit. And back in like the early 2000s, Toyota Siennas were one of the first minivans that had a roll-down sliding door window. Like, it was like a normal window that you press a up-down switch and the big window rolls down on the sliding door. And they had a recall that whenever people would come in with their Siennas, we would check to see if they had the recall. And the recall was to open their book, grab the owner's manual out of their glove box, open a page in the book of the owner's manual, and then stick a sticker that replaced the page text and pictures and stuff on that page in the owner's manual in instructions specifically, and it had a picture of a baby's head going through the window with a big red X of not rolling the window up when your children's heads are through the window. So that was the recall, was to stick a replacement page in the owner's manual that literally covered up the entire page. You had to stick it on the page, and it was literally like a dumb, like, to tell people you're an idiot, don't roll the freaking window up when your kid's head is out of the window. But yeah, it was like a warning page that we had to update. Oh yeah, it's common sense, but people don't have common sense. Common sense is not common. That was one of my favorite recalls. Hey, what's up, Ian? Well, I mean, that was also back in the day when, like, auto stop features of Windows weren't really that good or advanced. So, like, nowadays, if you, like, just tap something on the top of the window stops and then rolls back down. So it, like, senses that something is obstructing the movement of the window going up, and it will prevent it from squishing somebody's head. Back then, in the early 2000s, they didn't really have those auto stop features built into window motors yet. So, like, the auto stop feature wasn't just crushing somebody's head and then slowly stopping, you know? Okay, so where do we get our... I think it's... this one? This one? Nope. This one? This one. Oh, it's this warehouse. Okay, we gotta go back to that warehouse. I knew fertilizer was here somewhere. Right there. We grab fertilizer, we drive it up to this. And then, we'll probably call it for the day. I think that's will be about right for Rex starting. I'm assuming Rex is starting soon. And that's when we'll check our final percent of the day. We'll do a little check on remaining contracts and stuff at that point as well. See what we have left. I'm thinking like 1 or 2 more episodes and we'll be done. 1 or 2 more live streams. Supposed to be live right now, but he's not yet. Okay. I know that happens sometimes. He gets asked to do a lot by his family, I know, and sometimes it's like it ties him up a little bit too long, and it happens. I get it. I get it. Fertilizer truck. Ooh. How will season fit in the YouTube videos? Will you be posting live streams as part of the series? Yeah, live streams are on the channel, so they're just in... They have their own season 14 playlist, so you can rewatch this same stream. Might run out of fuel on this mission. Uh-oh. Oh, that's right. We want to be left here. Welcome in, by the way, Tom. Not looking good. Quick, bring a fuel truck. Quick. Alright, so while I do some digging into what we have left, let's take some final guesses at what the percent is. I saw an 81 and an 84 before. I think there was an 82 in there. We were at 78 to start the day. That's one more thing done. So anybody... That was a short drive. Mind you, I planned it so that was my last delivery of potatoes, so I was down here, right? Like, if you weren't down here, you'd have to bring a truck all the way down here to pick it up, to drive it, deliver it, so... You said 84, you're sticking to it? Okay. So let's take a look and see what we got left. We got busy beavers. Busy beavers. Packaged sand and 3 garbage we have to pick up, and we don't know where the garbage is just yet, but there's packaged sand right here, so that works. And Inhospitable Castle is the thing in the other map that we haven't gotten to yet. That's not unlocked yet. And then we have the beginnings. Ooh, we have the water one. We do have our water trailer right over here, so that's ready to go for that. And then that opens up, I believe, this one. Yep, which is the 10 burnt logs. Logs. So that's long logs. There's 2 long logs. Only 2 long logs. Looks like 1 medium, 2 shorts. Here, we can... Let's take a quick peek at the spreadsheet. How many logs in the region? 3 shorts, 3 shorts, 3 mediums, and 2 long. And then the big one is the 10 burnt logs. So, not terrible. We're going to be overloading that 10 for sure. Seasonal work we did. Helping her on the farm we did. We didn't do firewood for the hermit completely yet. Yeah, these ones we still need to do all these. What was this one? Oh, potatoes. We did that one. So yeah, not much left. 39 pieces of cargo, which counts the 10. All right, so let's do a final check. Got an 83. Ooh, 86. Close. So, yeah. 9 things left to do. We can probably do that in one stream, but we'll see. Did I do all the contests? Yeah, I did do all the contests. 2 bronzes, 1 silver, 1 gold. Pass are all done, I believe, except for that 1. Nope, 2. Loan etiquette, which is right there. I just have to turn it in, and then the firewood, which is 1 short logs, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of those. So not bad. Not bad, not bad. Olsen, welcome in. Sorry, we're just about to head out. We're gonna head over. If Rex is live, he might be going live here shortly, but I'm gonna do that. I'm also gonna do that. JJ's been hanging out all night. But we're going over by Rex's channel. He's doing some construction simulator tonight. But yeah, we made some progress. We're 86. We were just looking at that 86%. So yeah, getting close to done. And yeah, I think we'll wrap it up here. Man, I'm at 1.27 million. This region has been pretty profitable so far. Supposed to be live now. Yeah, I'll hop over there and start harassing him. But oh yeah, and toss a fox out there. Fox didn't pop in today, but that's okay. He's a busy dude. So, but yeah, thanks everybody for hanging out today. It's been awesome. I always like, oh, you're back. Good timing. We're just heading over to Rex's. The bad boy. I know you were here from the beginning. Nuno was here for a long time. Martin was here from the beginning. JJ was here. Tom, again, welcome in. Olsen, Grim. I'm sure I'm missing some people. Who else was here? Brandon was here. Eric was here. I'm not seeing anybody else. I know there was a couple more. I apologize if I missed you. But oh, Grim was here. If I didn't say Grim already. But yeah, thanks everybody for hanging out today. You guys know what to do. Press that like button if you haven't already. Subscribe if you haven't already. And leave a comment below if you have any questions or just want to say hi. Or want to say, hey, fix your damn truck. It looks all busted up. But as always, we'll catch you guys in the next one. Ian was here. Sorry, I missed you. See? I knew I would miss somebody. Alright, take it easy, guys.